All right, you ready? Are we going to wait for a couple minutes before we start talking? Let people funnel in. Hopefully our connection is good. As good. Yeah, you're chopping my... This is not good framing. There we go. That's good. Yeah, this is a different one. Oh, we have 3 viewers. Mary Thompson, Bullard. Hey, Mary. We're hoping we're not jittery. We were testing it earlier, and it's kind of jittery, but just hang in with us. We're trying out this audio interface to do better audio, and so we're using our Mac. It's older. It's an older Mac that I've been wanting to update for a little bit. But we're just giving everybody a little bit of time to join.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, Tom. Hey, Michelle. How's everybody doing? We want to do this live so that people can comment. So people can comment and everything.
Let us know if you can hear us,
if it's jumpy or if it's jittery.
Like because we don't know.
Yeah. We have no way of being able to tell.
Hey, Tracy.
Hey, what's going on?
All right, so
what's up, Adams?
I'll talk a little bit about what happened this morning for me, just to let a couple more people come on.
You need to scoot in a little bit. You're like cutting off your eyeball.
He's like hogging the camera. So I got up this morning pretty early, and I was just, I don't know, it was Saturday, so I'm like, let's do some progress pics, because, you know, I'm trying to keep track of that, and I was just going to do kind of like my abdomen, because that's what I've been doing, and I hate showing my face, but I decided today, like, let's be real, you know, I want to inspire, I'm not trying to impress anybody, so I posted a more recent picture of my face, and then the before was from, I want to say, like, about a month ago. But anyway, got awesome support from you guys. I have a ton of people messaging me saying that it's inspiring them, and that just fills my heart, because, I mean, I'm doing this for me, but I love that I'm able to help others as well. But then I got brave and got on the scale. Now, I got on the scale yesterday, or I think it was yesterday or the day before, and realized that, you know, I made my goal for my little goals that I make for myself. I made my goal. But then today, I got on the scale again. I'm like, okay, what do you expect? Well, I ended up jumping off the scale, getting back on, and making sure it was correct, because it said that I had lost an additional 7 pounds. So that's like 10 pounds in 1 week. Come on, you guys. Like, I'm freaking out. So
what were you at?
I was at this forever. Trust me. I feel like the whole month of May, I bounced between like 357 to 355, I think. I have it written down over here. Yeah. So I started out the beginning of May at 357. I'm looking over at where I write it down to keep track, because my brain is mush. But I started out at 357 in the beginning of May, and then today I'm at 343. Like, what the junk, you guys?
I was in the shower, and she came in, and
I was crying.
She pulled the shower curtain back and just stared at me with teary eyes for like 5 minutes straight. Yeah.
So I messaged a friend right away, and I was like, I feel like I just won the Miss America pageant, because I was I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah.
Hey, Chanel.
Hey, Chanel. So yeah, I feel like we can go ahead and start.
Oh, well, I didn't share my progress.
Sorry.
Oh man, it's the Nikki show. It's the Nikki show. Hey guys, let us know, 'cause I'm trying this new microphone thing out. Let us know if you can hear us. Let us know if it's like jumpy or jittery, things like that. But anyways, so my progress, I was actually looking up at the board just a second ago, and I started off in May at 374 on the 8th of May. And then I weighed myself today because Nikki weighed herself, and I'm 354. So that's a 20-pound loss in a month. So like a month time, I've lost 20 pounds. Just doing keto, not like we went to the gym maybe twice, and that's just to fill it out, kind of thing. But it's, just keto, just eating keto. And that's really about it.
Like, we want to work out.
We're going to add that in.
I'm going to get Chanel there to help kick my butt in the gym. But for right now, we're just eating keto, and we want to share that with you guys because I know that it is possible. Obviously, it is possible. We've done it for the past probably. I mean, I'm comfortable saying
mid-February.
Almost 4 months. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you don't know who we are, I'm Matt, and I am Nikki's husband. And this is Nikki. This is her Facebook page that you're on.
Yeah.
So we started a group last month in Tampa, to kind of like a keto weight loss support group, and we just named it Keto Your Cravings. So it's focused on ketogenic weight loss, and we're just hoping to help out the Tampa Bay area, help out Lakeland area, lose weight, and then just go on for more than that.
Inspiring people.
Yeah, inspiring. We did have some people request that we actually meet, so we're going to do that every month. We'll announce kind of on the page and in the group and whatever when we're going to actually meet, and we're going to meet at the Crossing Church in Tampa. That's our location. That's where we're going to do all that stuff.
The next meeting is July 2nd at 2:30 at the Crossing Church Tampa campus. Yes.
So be there. So go ahead and put it on your calendar. July 2nd at the Tampa campus, the Crossing Church in Tampa. It's 10130 Tuscany Ridge Drive in Tampa. So that's where you can find us at. So Nikki, let's go over what a ketogenic diet is. So what's our working definition of a ketogenic diet?
What we focus on for the ketogenic diet is staying under 20 grams of carbs a day. Sounds impossible? I promise you it's not. Make that your focus, and then also more in depth. Your protein intake will be 1 to 1.5 grams of protein per 1 kilogram of lean body mass.
And then the rest of your diet, the rest of your food is going to come from fat until you're satiated. So until satiety.
And not just any fats. Healthy fats.
Healthy fats.
Mm-hmm.
The good fats. Like you don't want trans fats are the ones that you want to stay away from, and those are like your man-made fats, like vegetable oil and things like that.
The perimeter is where you want to stay of the grocery store. Stay out of the middle, because that's where all your trans fats are, in the middle.
Yep. So we're going to today, hey Julie, hey Amanda, hey Amy, and hey Emily.
And Michael and Gloria, we missed you.
So today we're going to talk about 10 tips to kickstart your keto, because we want to kind of keep it, introductory for the first little bit and then go deeper, as we go into it. So we came up with this list of 10 tips that we think is a good place to start to kickstart your keto. So, Nikki, number uno.
Get your mind right.
Get your mind right. Number one, in this category, get your mind right, is fat is fuel. That's the way you have to start thinking of it, because through the 50s and stuff like that, people used butter, and then then the American diet came out, and they started demonizing fat as bad, and saying, cut down on your bacon intake, cut down on your butter usage, cut down on your amount of cheese you eat, things like that, and we lost track of the fact that fat is a fuel source. And it's actually, there's a lot of scientific studies that I don't want to go into because I don't want to confuse anybody, but fat is actually a more efficient fuel for your body than carbs are.
We were born ketogenic. A lot of people don't know that, but little bitty babies, when they pop out, they're the more natural take is to be breastfed. Well, some mothers can't do that, but breast milk is ketogenic. So we are born, we are created, we are made to be ketogenic. And when I figured that out, I was like, oh, okay, so it just makes sense. And now losing so much weight, 77 pounds now, wow. I love saying that. Yeah. But after losing 77 pounds in close to 4 months, like it makes sense. So
another myth is that you don't, or another myth is that you need 130 grams of carbs a day. That's not true. It's and this is why it's not true. You still need carbs. Like carbs it's a part of your diet. You need to have it in there, but you get it from like vegetables and things like that. And usually vegetables have like 5 grams of carbs, maybe. So when your body gets down to 50 grams of carbs, your liver kicks in and starts a process called gluconeogenesis. And what that is basically your liver is creating carbs for your brain to use. That's what it does. And so your body's going to naturally do that through the moderate amount of proteins that you take in and through excess fat as well. It pulls that from there as well. So let's go to number 2, Nikki, which is clean your fridge.
Yes, clean out your fridge, clean out your pantry. Just basically look at the back of everything that you have in your fridge. Kind of make it a game if you want to, but just get rid of the garbage. If it says high fructose corn syrup, if it says sugar, if it says all natural, what is it, flavor, that is a made up word by the producers and creators of high fructose corn syrup, and it's just another word for high fructose corn syrup, which is nothing but sugar. It's garbage. Get rid of it.
Go through your pantry and go through your fridge and get rid of all your the stuff are carbs, the stuff like bread, pasta, rice, stuff like that. Stuff that for a fact these are carb based.
Yeah.
Anything that's made out of like wheat, anything that's made out of potatoes, anything like that. Like you want to get rid of it because your meal is going to consist of meat, vegetables, and fat. Like that's where all your food, that's where all your energy sources are going to come from. That's where all your nutrients are going to come from. And those are the best sources of nutrients as well. So what's number 3, Nikki?
Shop the perimeter of the store. I love telling people this because it's just absolutely true. And when we figured this out, it makes grocery shopping a lot easier. You don't have to go in and out of every aisle and fight and, getting buggy wrecks and whatever. But you still need to be careful when you shop the perimeter because, of course, there's the dairy aisle.
Yep.
Some dairy is good, but
a lot of dairies have sugars.
You have to read the label. You have to, and we'll get to that later. But there's a lot of low fat. If it says low fat, I promise you, I can guarantee that it is high sugar. And sugar turns to fat, you guys, and it's not the good fat. It's the fat that gets stored. Yeah,
and also if you're a Publix goer, the first thing on the perimeter is the bakery. Stay away from the bakery. Stay away from the deli unless you're getting some lunch meat or something, So, but shop the perimeter is like if you start in the vegetable section, go to your meats, go to your dairy section and get your good dairy, get your good fats and stuff like that, and then and that's it. Because also I think some Publixes have the bread aisles on the perimeter as well. But shopping the perimeter is really just going for like your vegetables and your meats and your dairy products that are good.
Yeah.
Like that's where you're gonna find it because everything in the middle is processed. Everything in the middle is boxed, and it's not.
And it's housed to sit on a shelf for ages. I mean, that's like your hurricane food.
Yeah, that's like we have no choice but to eat this food.
Yeah.
All right. So number 4, do you even label, bro? That's Nikki. Nikki thought of that one. Learn learn what to look for on labels when you go to shop.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you turn it around, the things that we look for, the first thing we look for is carbs. How many carbs does it have? Now, we do a thing called, we do net carbs. And net carbs is basically you take your total amount of carbs, and then underneath carbs you're going to have a category called dietary fiber.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to take that and subtract it from your carbohydrates, and that's going to give you your net carbs. Now, there's also other formulas in there like sugar, alcohol, and stuff like that. I don't want to go into that, but basically it's just when you look at your carbs, let's say you pick up something and it says 25 carbs, 25 grams of carbs, but it has 10 grams of fiber in it, then you only have 15 grams of net carbs. So that's how we calculate. That's the first thing I look for. The second thing,
and then make sure you're looking at the serving size.
Oh yeah, serving size too, because you might be getting. It might say you might calculate 15 net carbs,
but that could be for like 2 Fig Newtons.
Yeah, that could be like let's say you get. I'm trying to think of something like let's say you get a big head of leafy green lettuce, right? And you know that it says serving size is 5 grams of carbs. Like you calculate it, it's 5 grams of net carbs. Well, you look at the serving of a head of lettuce, it might be like there's 10 servings in this head of lettuce, and then you have 50 grams of net carbs for that head of lettuce. You got to think of things like that. And so, but carbohydrates is the first thing we look for in labels. The second thing we look at is the ingredients, and we look for sugar. We look for sugar. We look for corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup, fructose, sucralose, maltodextrin.
Sorbitol.
Yeah, sorbitol, and all these things. Like some people are like, "What are those things?" A lot of those are just different names of sugar. Like they're different types of sugar. They're different names of sugar. There's even the Parmesan cheese. Like I went to buy some Parmesan cheese, and there's a thing in there. I forgot what it said it was, but it was there for to keep things from getting stuck together. Anti-caking is what it was there for. But it's basically
really
wood.
Bad for you.
Like it's basically sawdust. That's what it is. It's sawdust, just with a different name. And so that's one thing I look for when I'm buying Parmesan cheese.
Yeah.
But anyways, you just want to learn how to read your label. We can,
we'll definitely go more in depth with this another day.
Yeah, but that's just a kickstart. Just learn how to read your labels. Number 5, Nikki.
Eat when you are hungry. Do not eat every 3 hours if you're not hungry. Don't eat 6 meals a day if you are not hungry. Do not put food in your mouth if you are not hungry.
Right.
Food is fuel, and if your body is telling you, I'm not hungry, do not eat. Like, it's okay. I promise you will not starve to death.
Yeah.
We did a 3-day fast.
We did a 3-day fast a couple months ago.
Fast, and mentally, I thought I was going to die. But physically, I was fine. I was more than fine. I had so much energy, but in my mind, I was just like, oh my God, I haven't ate. And like, I was counting down the hours. I was counting down the minutes. I was like, Matt, I'm going to die. But seriously, physically, I was fine. I was absolutely fine. We don't fast all the time like that. I do intermittent fast, and we'll get into that another day as well. But like, I literally just only eat when I'm hungry.
Right.
And I don't fill up my plate full of, food. I'll make like in the mornings, if I'm hungry, I'll have like 3 medium eggs, and I'll have it scrambled sometimes, fried sometimes, and then half an avocado with that. But there's so many options, and if you ever have any questions, you can write them in the comments right now, and we'll answer them, or I'll message you privately, and we'll talk about this for hours. Like, I love this. So anyway.
So Barbara says, I feel like I'm listening to Andy. And the funny thing is we were just fasting, and then Andy met me at Starbucks in town, and he's the one that got us kind of back on keto, because we knew about keto before, but
we just didn't know how.
Yeah, we just didn't. Yeah, we
didn't really know about it in depth.
Yeah. So anyways, so let's move on. Number 6 is eat for fuel, not for fun. So stop eating when you've reached satiety. And Nikki was like, nobody knows what satiety is, and I do have that a lot. When I say satiety, people are like, well, what's that?
Well, I went to Kathleen,
oh,
so
that doesn't make sense. Satiety.
We didn't talk about that.
So satiety. What you want to do is you want to eat your meal. You want to eat your meal to the portions that you've got. Like if you make a chicken breast, you eat the chicken breast, and like we had chicken breast and spinach, cream spinach, yesterday. So you eat your plate. You wait 20 minutes, and then if you're satisfied, like if you're like I'm not hungry, then you're satiated. You have reached satiety. But now, like yesterday, what I did is I ate my chicken breast and I ate my serving of spinach, waited 20 minutes, watched a whole episode of iZombie, and then I was like, man, I'm still kind of hungry. So I ate another portion of spinach, and then I was full. I was satiated. I felt good.
Thanks, Chanel. I hope this is making it easier for everybody. Do you want to move on?
Yeah. Okay. So this is a big one for me, and I know some people are gonna. It's gonna go contrary to what they go back up. Number 7. Nikki's gotta go back. It's not just calories in, calories out. It's not just about your calories. Be more mindful of your macros, because I feel like I don't want to discount calories, because calories is a very important part. But with the ketogenic diet, a lot of times what you'll find is that because the fat is what satiates you, you're not going to be as hungry. So you're not going to eat as many calories as you used to. Like I might eat 1,500 calories a day, and that's just because I'm not hungry. I'm not hungry throughout the day. But so be mindful of your macros, and what your macros is with a ketogenic diet is 20 grams of net carbs. That's where you start. Carbs are your limit. So you limit your carbs to 20 grams net, and that's it. Then you want to calculate your lean body mass and in kilograms. You can do this on websites. You can look up, just Google lean body mass or lean body mass calculator. Like my lean body mass, I think, is 135 or 150. It's somewhere between there. So let's say my lean body mass is 150. Another way they say you can do that too is whatever your goal weight is. Like if for your height for your height your natural body should be 180 or something like that, then that's what your lean body mass. You can calculate that as your lean body mass.
And we can help you guys. Like this is kind of sounding a little confusing. So if you have any questions calculating your own lean body mass or your macros, just message us so we can either I turned British. We can either meet with you or we can discuss it with you over the phone or through text or Facebook, whatever. We want to help you. So.
Yeah. And Barbara asked, is that 20 grams of carbs for the whole day or for each meal? That's the whole day.
Whole day.
That's 20 grams for the whole day, but it's net.
Sounds impossible, but I promise you it's not.
Yeah, it's net. We'll probably average about 35 to 50 grams of total carbs a day, but we calculate net, so we do 20 grams of net carbs every day.
Right.
So anyways,
that's because of the fiber.
Yeah.
The fiber doesn't count because that's like, it helps.
It just cancels
break
it
down
out.
the food that you're eating, and it's canceled out. Yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of want to go a little bit more into lean body mass and everything. So let's say I have 150 kilograms of lean body mass. That's my lean body mass. So then my protein should be 1 to 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of lean body mass. So if I have 150 kilograms of lean body mass, then my total intake of protein for the day should be 150 grams, and that's it. That's all you should eat. And then the rest of your calories for the day are going to come from fat. Like you're going to try to eat some avocados. You're going to, cook your protein in butter. That kind of stuff.
You're going to go to Starbucks and get a latte with no sugar, and you're going to ask them for heavy whipping cream, and that's going to keep you full. Well, for me, it keeps me full for like an entire day.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, I don't want to eat dinner, but I'm kind of hungry, so I'll just eat a little bit. But, I mean, it's working for me. Like, each person, you need to just kind of listen to your body, really feel it out for what works for you. Like, what works for me may not be what you even like. Like, you may not be a coffee person, and that's fine, but just find what works for you. But just make sure it's the healthy fat.
And there are definitely some days there are definitely some days to kind of go back onto eat when you're hungry. There's some days during this diet that I ate once and I was fine the whole day. There were some days I didn't eat anything. Like I just drank my Starbucks coffee and I was fine for the whole day.
Yeah.
And then there's other days where I was like munching on not peanuts, but like macadamia nuts all day long because I felt hungry all day, and so I would just eat like a handful at a time to try to get satiated and everything. But there's been different days, but you just have to listen to your body, listen to what your body is telling you, and that'll go to number 8, which is whenever you're craving something. What do you want to do, Nikki? Number 8.
You want to keto your cravings.
Keto your cravings. Don't give in to your sweet or savory tooth. Like if you're like, man, one of our big things is cheesecake. We're always like, man, I would love to have a cheesecake right now. So what we did the first time we wanted a cheesecake, we were like, I wonder if you could find a recipe for cheesecake that's ketogenic. So we Googled keto cheesecake, and sure enough, there was like 3 or 4 different recipes, and we went with the first one, which was from Keto Connect or KetoConnection.com, and super awesome recipe. The total amount of net carbs I think is 1.5 per portion of it. So that was our craving. We wanted some keto. We wanted some cheesecake. We looked up a recipe for keto cheesecake. We did it. One day, Nikki wanted donuts. We found a recipe for keto donuts. Ate those, and it was like 1 to 2 grams of net carbs for the serving. Another one that pancakes. We've found recipes for pancakes. We've found recipes for all kinds of stuff, man.
Yeah, I can't even remember.
We're going to make a cookbook sooner or later.
From now on, I'm going to be posting on our Keto Your Cravings Facebook page. I'll be posting all of the recipes that I find, that I use.
Pizza.
Oh my gosh, don't even get us started on pizza. That will be a whole nother whole podcast, whatever you want to call this.
Yep. And another thing is like everybody talks about cheat meals. Well, can I have a cheat meal on keto? Like, don't cheat on keto because there's no reason. There's no need to cheat on the ketogenic diet because you can keto your craving. Like whatever you want. Like if you want a cookie, there is a ketogenic cookie recipe out there for you, and you can find it and you can make it. Yeah. So that's what I would say.
I had a birthday recently. May 3rd was my birthday.
Oh yeah.
Turned 29 again. I found this awesome guy that goes to church with me, and he is a baker on the side, and I practically begged him, please make me a keto cake. Please, like, I'll pay you whatever. Just make me a keto cake. And he totally did. And I'm telling you, that cake was amazing.
For every slice, and we made slices like a 1/4 inch thick, I think you said.
Yeah.
So like for a 1/4 inch thick slice, it was 3 grams of carbs, 3 grams of net carbs per slice. And we did those as treats. Like we just we were already kind of satiated.
I wanted it to last.
Yeah, we were already satiated from eating dinner, but we were like, let's eat some cake. And we would just slice a little piece of cake off, eat it, and it lasted for a little over a month, I think.
I think it was 2 weeks.
Oh. Felt like a month. Anyways.
But let me just point out that me and Matt, we both ate an entire cake in the month of May and still lost weight.
Yep. And the whole cake was 47 grams of net carbs. 47 grams of net carbs.
But he made it with Swerve almond flour, and it was entirely a beautiful cake and fully keto.
Yep.
And anybody who wants his information, hit me up.
Yep.
I will give it to you.
Number 9 is not all health foods are healthy. When I first started keto, my boss would go to Tropical Smoothie all the time because they thought it was healthy, and I was like, I can't have anything from Tropical Smoothie. And he was like, well, it's healthy stuff. It's healthy, food. I was like, no, it's not. And there was only one thing I could have on the menu, and that was their Caesar salad. And that was it. That was all I could have from Tropical Smoothie
Joint.
The rest of it is almost everything from Tropical Smoothie is 50 grams of total carbs, 50 grams of net carbs or more.
Yeah, net carbs.
And like the one thing that we like to get was the peanut butter thing when we weren't on keto, and that was like it's like 150 grams of carbs in that one
and
thing.
And we would have that, and then we would go to McDonald's or Chick-fil-A, and then for dinner we would go and just eat whatever we wanted to, and we were still hungry after that.
Yep.
So you do the math.
Yep. And that's why I'm saying like I don't discount calories. Like calories plays a part in it, but there's other stuff in there that with your metabolism that makes you hungry, that makes you eat more, and that also keeps you from losing fat. Yeah. So number 10 is the last thing. This is the last tip, which is keep calm and keto on. Keep calm and keto on. When you stop losing weight, like when you first start out, like the first week, you're going to drop like almost 30 pounds.
Well, depending on how much you weigh already.
Yeah, depending on how much you weigh, and depending on how much you need to lose, how much water weight you have on you, you're gonna just kick it. It's gonna kick into high gear, and you're gonna lose a lot in that first week or so. I think we lost like 10 or 15 pounds apiece in that first week, and I erased mine. I was 420 when I started in February.
We were both around 420.
Yeah.
Like that was the last I weighed. Last time I weighed, that's how much I was. So we could have been more. I don't know.
Yeah. But if you don't freak out when you stop losing weight, because what it could be is it could be because when you have your fat cells, like your fat cell, you have your fat cell. When all the fat leaves the cell, it fills up with water.
Right.
And it kind of acts as a placeholder. So your fat cells are full of water, and you still have all that weight on you. And what your body is doing, it's waiting for more fat to come in, like it's holding the place. It's waiting for fat to come back into the cell and fill it back up. But once your body realizes, oh, there's not going to be more fat coming in, there's a thing called the fat whoosh. And what it is all the water kind of leaves your body, and it empties out the cell, and then that leaves that space there, and that's how you lose that. Which
apparently happened for both of us last night. Whoop, whoop. Because, we spoke about earlier, I went from 350 to 343 overnight. It's still, like, I understand how it works, but it's still unbelievable.
And then also, stalls are normal on keto. Every single person I've talked to that's on the ketogenic diet has stalled at some point or another, and they'll stall. Some people stall for months. Some people will be like 3 or 4 months at the same weight.
I stalled for a whole month.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden they'll lose 10
pounds.
10, 15 pounds.
It's like 10 pounds every time. Every time I stall for like a couple of weeks or a month, it excuse me, 10 pounds will just drop off. Yeah, like it did last night.
And then there's also other things that you can do. You might need to change up your diet. Like if you're only eating once a day, you might need to eat a couple times a day just to get your metabolism, your calorie count back up, get your metabolism back up.
Yeah, switch it up.
And then go back to fast. Or you might need to just, hey, let me do an extended fast. Let me try 3 or 4 days without eating, and try that out. Or you might just need to add exercise to your diet, because exercise helps lower your insulin levels, and it helps to burn those calories that you have.
And you feel better.
Yeah.
Like if you have depression, I promise you, getting in the gym, I mean, it's going to be hard. I know it's hard to get your foot in the door, but once you're there and you set a routine, you're going to feel so much better. And I'm kicking my butt because I need to be in there too. But what was the... I was wanting to talk about something. Does anybody have any questions?
Question time, Q&A time.
Just go ahead and write it in the comment section and we'll answer it.
Yeah.
Oh, I was also going to tell you guys, make sure you're taking pictures at the very beginning. For you guys that haven't heard, at the very beginning I was skeptical because I've tried every kind of diet and it didn't really work. Like, I'll lose a couple of pounds, but then it just comes back on plus some. But make sure you're taking pictures of yourself. Have someone else take the pictures
tip
for
11.
you. Yeah, tip 11. This is the bonus tip.
Well, see, I didn't like when I didn't. Whenever I look at pictures, I like I can't tell anymore. Like I'm like, oh man, like I can't tell anymore. But I can tell a lot with my clothes because a lot of the clothes that showed my belly, they don't do that a whole lot anymore. I still have like one shirt that's stubborn and still wants to show my belly. There's shirts that I wouldn't wear because they were too tight around my belly. They're not tight anymore. I wear those to work now. Really nice dress shirts. There's other shirts that I didn't wear because they were too tight. Now I'm wearing those as well. So like I'm down to I have a 2X shirt in my arsenal now. I wasn't able to wear a 2X before.
I'm just wearing whatever's in my closet that's been sitting there for years. But good thing I kept them.
Yeah.
But anyway, so make sure you're measuring yourself and, have your spouse or a really close friend help you with that. If you come to the meetings, if you're in the Tampa, Lakeland area, and if you come to our meetings, then we can help you with that as well. We will even bring our scale and you can weigh yourself and we'll have it written down and be able to, like, each month keep track and even hold you accountable because that works as well.
Yeah.
Take pictures, measure, weigh. Don't really worry too much about the scale, but you want to measure and keep track.
And you want to measure,
because you want to be able to say, this is how much I weighed, this is how many inches I lost, and things like that.
All right.
But we have some questions coming in.
Josh asked, what's the simplest way to get started? Limit your carbs to 20 grams of net carbs every day. Mm-hmm. That's the best way to get started. Like even if you don't worry about your protein and eat more bacon, eat more bacon. Like if you just worry about like, let me try to get more fats in and let me lower my carbs. Like that'll help tremendously.
The way I started was to only count carbs, and I had bacon and eggs for breakfast with some avocado if I was still hungry. And then I would eat like a decent salad, which, make sure there's nothing fried, like fried onions, because those are breaded.
Yeah.
Like my go-to is the blackened blue grilled chicken salad at Zaxby's. I tell them, keep your bread and keep your fried onions, and give me the sauce on the side, like the barbecue, the wimpy sauce.
Yeah, the wimpy sauce.
I tell them to put it on the side because otherwise they'll drink it, and that's full of just, not stuff that you really want to be eating a whole bunch of.
It's not like high in carbs, but there's still carbs in it.
Yeah, there's carbs in it. But again, you can have 20, so it's depending on you and what you're wanting that day. Sometimes our carbs come from steamed broccoli or cauliflower, just
spinach.
Yes, the darker the greens, the better.
Yep.
So another question, what can you use instead of creamer?
Heavy cream.
Heavy
That's
whipping
the only thing
cream.
I use. That's the only cream I use in coffee is when I go to Starbucks, what I order, and I think it's the most ketogenic thing you get, is I get a venti iced coffee with heavy cream and no classic. Make sure you tell them no classic, because if you don't, they'll put it in there, and that's a sweetener.
And they don't even tell you. They don't ask you. They just put it in there.
They just put it in there.
Like, you're American. I'm just going to put sugar in your coffee.
Yeah, and so make sure that they know, like, no classic. And sometimes they'll say no sweetener at all, and you're like, no sweetener at all.
Yeah,
just
not at all.
Nikki gets sugar-free vanilla in her latte. She gets a venti iced latte, which is basically 3/4 cream
spoiled.
and a little bit of espresso.
Hey, Tamara.
And then you'll get the sugar-free vanilla in there.
Now, I use the sugar-free vanilla. Some people cannot tolerate that, and that's what I mean by listen to your body. If you get dizzy or something's just not feeling right, that's when you need to keep track and kind of know, okay, I just ate this, and, sorry, something just popped up. I just ate whatever, and it made me feel weird, so I'm probably going to need to stay away from that. Like, just listen to your body.
Yeah.
I luckily get to have the sugar-free vanilla because I love my lattes.
Yeah, when we first started the diet, like we were experimenting, so we were trying, like, well, what can we eat, what can't we eat, and one of the big things I was able to tell right off the bat was because we understood insulin resistance a lot more. And, we'll go into that later on, but basically, like, your insulin levels shoot up, they jack up. And so I would find myself, if I ate and then I got sleepy, I knew that it was messing with my insulin, because when you're insulin resistant, I'm going to go a little technical here for a second. When you're insulin resistant, what it is your cells, the insulin carries the sugar to your cells and it's like, hey, let me put some of this sugar in there, It's like, and then your cells are kind of like, nah, dog, I don't want any of that. And so it's resistant to the effects of the insulin, so it can't get the sugar in there. So then what your body does is the insulin takes the sugar and converts it over into fat. So you don't get the energy in your body, and you're tired. You just ate, but you're tired.
Stored.
Yeah, and it's stored.
It's kind of like your body goes into hibernation mode because it's storing fat. Like the big fat bear in the woods.
Yep. So if you're eating something and you're getting tired right afterward, quit eating it. Quit eating it, or find out what's, because like you might be eating fried chicken, and you're like, man, chicken's supposed to be good for you, but it could be the breading on the chicken that's messing you up.
Well, definitely.
And of course, definitely, now that we know. But I'm saying, like, some people are, they want to try to figure it out. You might want to try to figure out, well, is there an ingredient here that might be making me tired? That's another, another tip. Tip 13. Tip 13.
Barbara, sugar-free creamer is good. I haven't actually found a sugar-free creamer, like powder or anything in the grocery store that doesn't have, like, sorbitol or, like all these different fake sweeteners. So what I would do is I would just, see how because you can go to Starbucks and actually buy the whole bottle of the sugar-free vanilla or whatever flavor it is that you want. We also use Swerve. What are some other? Pure. It's spelled Pyuure.
Yeah. Basically, we use that because it has erythritol in it. Erythritol is it's a natural sweetener. It occurs in like watermelon and stuff like that. But what erythritol does is it's based off of sugar alcohol. So like you might take in like 5 grams of carbs in a serving of erythritol, but it's sugar alcohol, so your body doesn't process it the same way. Like it literally just goes through your body.
Like in a more scientific explanation of that, the molecules are too big for our body to break down, and it just doesn't break down. It doesn't have enough time to break down, and it's too big of a molecule for our bodies to break down. So it just goes straight through.
Yep. So we've been going for 43 minutes here. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We're going to post this. It's going to be on Nikki's page, but we're going to post it again on our group, Keto Your Cravings, and also on our page, Keto Your Cravings. And so just, look out for that if you want to watch it over again.
And feel free to share.
Yeah, feel free to share it.
Go to our page and anything that's on there, feel free to share. And please feel free to ask us questions. I love answering your questions. I love knowing that our journey is inspiring you.
Yeah.
And we love you guys, and we want to share
we want to share
a scripture that we base this all off of.
Well, we didn't base what we're talking about on it, but it does help.
Our journey.
It helps in our journey. Yeah. So the verse is John 16:33. These things I have spoken to you. This is Jesus speaking. Sorry. These things I have spoken to you, so that in me you may have peace. In the world you have tribulation, but take courage. I have overcome the world. So if you get frustrated at any point, just remember that. Remember that Jesus says that in the world you have tribulation, but take courage because I have overcome the world. And we're not meant to be fat. I don't believe that. I don't believe that people are meant to be fat and unhealthy. I believe that Jesus created us to be healthy and to be healthy enough to preach the gospel. Mm-hmm. So let's pray, and then that's it. Yeah. All right. You want to pray? You want me to pray? Okay. Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for all the people who joined us and viewed and learned a little bit more about keto. Lord, I pray that somebody learned how they could start themselves today. how they can take their diet and really use it for their advantage and to help them become healthy, Lord. Lord, I pray that people come to this knowledge, Lord, that you lead them there and that they can learn how to be better stewards of their time that they have here. Lord, I pray for those who don't know you. I pray that they come to that knowledge of you, come to know that you died, that you sent your son and you died on the cross for 3 days, or in 3 days you rose again. Lord, I love you. You are awesome. You are magnificent, and you brought the rain. Lord, we've been needing it so badly. Lord, we thank you for all these things, and we pray a hedge of protection around those who have joined us today, that they can clean out their pantry with courage, and that they can begin this journey with courage, and knowing that you are there with them, helping them through their struggles, through their frustrations. Lord, it's in Jesus Christ's name that we pray. Amen. All right. We'll see you guys next week. We're going to post this for our Sunday group because we're going to be filming some stuff for work and for Father's Day.
If you don't have plans for Father's Day,
come to the
Crossing Church plug right here.
You can also visit us at wearecrossing.com there as well. Plugging in the church. All right, guys. We'll see you later. See ya.
Love you guys.